We're going to start with Epstein because a lot happened on it, and it's a story of interest to many. Kristin, what's your general sense of where we are in the Epstein matter?
You know, there's so much, and I think this is probably by design, so well done for everyone pushing a lot of things out into the ether. But I think, there are two things. There's a lot of news going on between redistricting and just typical news of the day, Russiagate. Everything is kind of taking a little bit of that oxygen. And then it's also August. And so you have a lot of people around the country, even people where the Epstein issue is their number one issue, who are going to go take that last weekend with their family before school starts, or, focus on things like that. So I think it's fallen a little bit in terms of where it is in the electorate. But I don't think it's going to go away. I think it's something that we will continue to talk about, and we'll have moments of intensity. But right now we're in a little bit of a lull, I think, on it.
Mr. Smith, lull, intense, where do you see it?
Yeah, I don't see the Epstein story leading the headlines forever, but I do think that the damage that was done is permanent, in that there was a breach of trust just fundamentally among him and his supporters in a contract that they agreed to going into this presidency to say, hey, I was the transparent one. I was the one outside of the swamp. And to kind of have this seemingly about face without any real kind of answers to show for it is just going to be consistently something that was a mark against him in this moment. Does that matter forever? Don't know. But as far as kind of the headline leaning nature of the story, I'm sure we'll have a couple more weeks of it, but out of the summer, I don't really see it persisting.
All right, a bunch of developments today, which I'll run through. First of all, there's a town hall by a Republican House member yesterday, and I try not to make a big deal of town halls, no matter what, because you never know who supplied the audience, right? And so if a right wing or left wing group decides to send 50 people to a town hall, it doesn't necessarily reflect like the grassroots of the actual constituents in the district. So there was a member who had a town hall, and the voters there, the people there, seemed fired up about Epstein and concerned about transparency. I continue to be dumbfounded by the lack of explanation from the Justice Department as to why she was moved to a minimum security prison. It's just amazing to me at a moment when the pressure is on the administration for transparency that they're able to move her, something of value to her, shortly after she does an interview with the Deputy Attorney General, and they're just not giving an answer as to why. Seems baffling. Here's the President of the United States on this matter, as well as the question of her interview with Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General. Number 4, please.
I just a very highly thought of person, respected by everybody. And I didn't talk to him about it, but I will tell you that whatever he asked would be totally appropriate, and it's not an uncommon thing to do that. And I think he probably wants to make sure that, people that should not be involved or aren't involved are not hurt by something that would be very, very unfortunate, very unfair to a lot of people. But I will say this, Todd Blanche is one of the most highly respected people you'll ever meet. So I know this. I didn't discuss it with him, but anything he talked about with her, or the fact that he did that, not unusual, number one, and most importantly, is something that would be totally above board.
No, is he referring to the transfer or the interview there? To the transfer?
He's referring to the interview. He says he didn't know anything in advance about.
Yeah.
Well, he says the transfer is what he says is not unusual.
Right. Okay.
The interview is so that people like him don't get dragged into it when they had nothing to do with it.
Right. So, okay. Thank you for that. So number 5, CNN is reporting that the administration is debating what to do with Blanche's 10 hours of time with Maxwell. That consists of both a audio recording and a transcript. And CNN says they're debating whether to redact it, to take out, certain names, and whether to release that or not. All right. Next, House Republicans issued a number of subpoenas today, number 6, to basically nearly every attorney general since U.S. Attorney General since the Bush administration, with the exception of what's the guy's name who's the ambassador to NATO? I'll think of it. Anyway, he was Trump's acting attorney general for like 4 months. But I think every other attorney general and Bill and Hillary, Matt Whitaker, thank you very much. Chat, Matthew Bartlett, Matthew Whitaker, not subpoenaed, but all the others, and the Clintons were subpoenaed. And this is significant, first of all, because are all these people going to lawyer up and avoid the subpoena or not? And then the fact that House Republicans are doing this is consistent with the mood of the House Democrats and Republicans, but not in line with what the administration would like, which is to kind of tamp this down. All right, let's look at these pictures from the New York Times story. And again, it's pretty creepy stuff. Here is number 7. The New York Times does not say in the story how they got access to these pictures. This is like a sculpture of a bride clutching a rope. This is interesting. Number 8. This is photos of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell with famous people. You may not be able to see it there, but pictures of them with the Pope, with Mick Jagger, with Bill Clinton, with
Noam Chomsky,
but also Elon Musk, Dalai Lama. Somebody says in the chat. I don't know if that's a joke or not. Anyway, there's other pictures from that, and then finally, just want to make sure, is that the only other Epstein thing? Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, there's other pictures, but I'm done with these pictures. But thank you. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.